I quickly fixed that up. It's very nice. My cousin is playing Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. He started playing it because he watched me play it. He's older than me, by the way. So it's not like like a 6-year-old's like, oh, I want to play it. I saw cousin afraid, but I keep messing my. I seen cousin Afro do it, so I want to do it myself. It's like that, you know. But yeah, it's cute because like he's calling me and they ask me questions it's just I never had to like, you know, for all my cousins I don't think I ever had to like fully like coach somebody through a game before. I had to do it with friends, but not with like family members. So it's very nice. I understand I understand myself really well with my cousins anyway, so. It's not like it's a weird thing, but it's just really nice to like bond over a game that I really much enjoy, and I almost got finished. And he just freshly started, and I'm just like, oh, dude, you're gonna be on that game for a while. You're gonna be on that game for a while. All right, the quantification of luck is on next SCP, and this is a whole different format. Well, would you look at that? What the hell? There's so much. Oh, this is. Oh god. Oh god. This is a big boy. This is a big boy. Okay. Designation 1822. Connection type intrinsic. Primary class Euclid. Containment class Kutsu. Whatever the fuck that means. And what do we have here? It says speculate, conceive, prepare. Theoretical Anomalies Department. What's the name of this again? The name is the Quantification of Luck. Center for Particles and Thaumaturgic Analysis. Update by request of the Classification Committee. Oh, updated like 2 years ago apparently. Special Containment Procedures. SB-1822 has been shown to uniformly permeate 100% of the observable universe and therefore cannot be contained. But it's considered Euclid. Well, it's a primary class, but it's a containment class is Kutsu, whatever that means. Thankfully, SB-1822 does not pose a significant risk to the public or Foundation operations. Therefore, containment efforts are to be focused on minimizing knowledge of the extent of SB-1822's properties. Foundation agents stationed in various sites of interest such as places of academia, statistics, and research laboratories are to monitor and report any findings that may lead to the discovery of SB-1822's anomalous qualities. Additionally, personnel who are involved with scientific publication of research related to SB-1822 are to utilize subterfuge, disinformation campaigns, and data dredging to minimize the amount of factual data that is released to the public. And data dredging means here the purposeful misrepresentation of statistical data to distort findings in favor of another outcome. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, here we have access revised containment protocol. Following the event of incident log 1822.1, testing with SB-1822 is restricted to observation only. At no time are any Sennheiser-Kismet probability containers be placed inside reality warping or conceptually causally unstable environments. Reclassification to object containment subject class Kutsu, which here it says name after the invasive plant species. The Kutsu subdesignation is given to anomalies which cannot be contained due to their relationship with consensus reality. Sure. Sure. Pending administrative approval. Approved. Description. SB-1822 is the designation for a set of empirical proofs derived from common laws and axioms of mathematical statistics, physics, and chemistry. including some power laws, Zipf's law, the Pareto principle, the Stefan Boltzmann law, and the Rayleigh-Jeans law, which we have two footnotes here. C. Smith metaphysics and the science of patterns from comparative perspectives of anomalous, and also it is to note that none of these are inherently anomalous on their own, only the behaviors they indicate are abnormal. So, which show an anomalous this sentence went on way longer, sorry. Which shows an anomalous property proportionally between unrelated phenomena often observed as unexplainable trends present in large sets of data. SCP-1822 implies that 80.80 to 20? 80, no, how do you read that again? It's not 50, it's 80-20, yeah, is universally constant throughout many extremely chaotic and complex forms of probabilistic scenarios and qualia, and therefore gives rise to predictable patterns of behavior in systems that should otherwise be highly variable. The subject or otherwise ineffable portions of conscious experience. This has led to the establishment of the Kismet probability, a measurement of the chance of positive outcome, a phenomenon known colloquially as luck. To date, the Foundation has been actively trying to suppress knowledge of SCP-1822 for over 2 centuries. The first recorded knowledge of SCP-1822 in Foundation possession is a set of Greek texts from BCE describing the nature of the anomaly. The text posits several theories regarding origins of the phenomenon and is followed by a discussion of the implication of said theories were they to be proven true. SCP-1822 has no discernible source, although exploration into alternate realities reveal data redacted, see below. Okay, now we got some big chunkers of addendums, so let's get yourself something to eat, because we are here for a while. So we have the interview logs, excerpts, access dash 043. I think that's supposed to be saying, in dash 18. The following is a series of relevant interviews, snippets, and excerpts pertaining to SCP-1822. Interviewee, George Rosenthal. Interviewer, Dr. H. Alexander. I wonder if it's going to be always Alexander. Who knows? Okay. Third, 19. Mr. Rosenthal is an agriculturalist from Luck, Wisconsin. The obvious parallels to the subject matter are considered coincidental. Are you sure? Rosenthal reportedly came across evidence of SCP-1822 while reviewing purchase, inventory, and quality reports of various crops he was cultivating. Subject reportedly spoke openly about the phenomenon on public forum, prompting Foundation investigations. Subject released post-interview upon application of Class B amnestics. Extraneous dialogue removed. Dr. Alexander. So I'm going to give Dr. Alexander and how exactly did this come to your attention? I mean, how do you not notice? 20% of my crop generates 80% of my earnings. The top 20% of the people that buy from me make up 80% of all purchases. Hell, even 20% of the plants themselves hold 80% of the total number of vegetables on the vines. How does that just make sense? That's what the 80-20 was about. Okay, yeah. Yeah. It is unusual, isn't it? Your testimony will help us better understand the phenomenon. You guys are scientists? More or less. So what do you guys think it is? And that information is classified, although I can say that we are hoping it is explainable with our current understanding of statistical analysis. It is possible that it is simply a coincidence. A coincidence? I've never seen something so far away from a coincidence in my whole life, Doc. I see it everywhere now. 20% of Americans hold 8% of all the wealth. Did you know that? No, this ain't a coincidence. Whatever it is, it's everywhere. Out there, in the background of it all. Something like gravity, you know. Ever present. Noted. I think that just about covers it. Thank you for your report. No problem. Oh, and pardon me about the burp. And Doc, yes, be safe. It's a strange world out there. That it is. And Doc. Dr. H. Alexander at SkipNet, so that they have their own email service. That's cool. A little bit added to the lore. To Senior Researcher Davis, and Davis at SkipNet subject is that response ORE SB1822. I think I got it worked out. People like to give our universe a bad rap, but in all reality, things are pretty okay. From a purely biological standpoint, we humans are thriving. Sure, we may have 5,000 ticking time bombs locked in boxes across the biosphere, but we are alive. The chances of human life making it this far without being annihilated is, well, let's just say we are lucky on a base scale. Oops, I didn't mean to open it up like that. Shit. I want to like right click on it. Lucky on the base scale. Belief proposal. Oh, okay, it's one of the man from way back then. Ah, yeah, vaguely recall this. Okay. Where am I going with this? Well, the presence of SCP-1822 has never been a bad thing and has always pointed out in favor of the individual. Who would have thought that you can achieve 80% more if you give 20% more effort? That good thing happens to you 80% of the time. SCP-1822 goes back as far as our records allow, and as far back as written record says we have observed it. Maybe this thing is like the gravitational constant. If so, maybe we should take a closer look at the elementary particles, more specifically of any instance of SCP-1822 at the most fundamental scale. See if it is possible to manipulate or detect, then move outward from there. What do you think? Dr. H. Alexander, Site 82, Theoretical Anomalous Department. So from now we have Davis's response. Dr. Alexander, funny you should mention elementary particles. I was about to shut down my desktop for the day, but I decided to check my email one last time. I just so happened to find an updated report sitting in my inbox from one of our agents at CERN regarding SCP-1822. Isn't that lucky? Let me forward it to you now. This stuff goes right over my head. Maybe you can parse it out. Regards, Senior Researcher Davis and one more. Oh yeah, here we have the add stuff from Davis. Forwarded 1822 accelerated results from Albert Hoffman. Contact information redacted to Davis. Subject 1822 accelerated results. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. Nadia, latest results of testing confirms a likelihood of SCP-1822 in the behavior of certain particles, specifically neutral D mesons. D's in the minus. What the fuck? Why's the zero down there? With retain constant flavor 80% more often than their respective antiparticles, which represent a significant purity violation. Flavor oscillation is the mechanism by which certain particles transform between their matter and antimatter states or flavors. Their contained charm quark acts in a similar but distinct fashion, with 80% of observed decaying into strange quarks instead of down quarks into 20% of observation. Interestingly, charm quarks continue to express 1822 behavior in relation to the antiparticles separately from neutral D mesons when they oscillate into anti-D mesons. Specifically, charm quarks are 20% more massive than 80% of charm antiquarks and are a substantial parity violation. And yes, before you or anyone else asks, I have repeated the test numerous times, at great risk to myself, by the way, to confirm their significance, and can assure you that this is not coincidental. Don't ask me to repeat any calculations for a p-value or approximate confidence or any of that bullshit when I say this, but there's 0 and 100% respectively. I'm sticking to that. I don't see the need in calculating the far end of asymptotes when there are spare supercomputers being used as coffee tables in 19 that can give you arbitrarily small deviations hours faster than I can. When you've seen these values as precise as I have, as often as I have, there tends to be a little doubt in the statistical significance. I won't bore you with any more jargon, but I tell you this, the implications are immense. Take the data I'm sending you now and get it to the particle physics and thaumaturgic analysis lab, have them scrape it and see what happens. Maybe we can get permission to use SCP-536 for testing. Either way, portable analysis of mesons is perfectly feasible with our current levels of technology. No warehouse accelerator needed. Not sure about the quarks, but I'm not hanging around here long enough to test anything else. I already had to wipe plenty of records and brains after that black hole ordeal last year. I'm still not completely over the radiation poisoning. Anyway, I'll be sure to scrub the data on my end one last time, watch a few numbers and adjust the accelerator before EOD. Good luck. H. Proposal 1822 Moirai. Understanding there. Okay, data submission. Project head Dr. Robert Sennheiser, Foundation Center for Particle Physics and Thaumaturgic Analysis. Objective: develop portable device capable of displaying Kismet probability by detecting the frequency of parity violations of D-mesons and anti-D mesons. Request resources: access to SCP-536 for testing purposes, access to SCP to create unbound false vacuum inside device, access to SCP-2700 for analysis, materials necessary to construct device, 25 D-class personnel for experimentation. I already see there's something here. Let me just check. Okay, we don't have to look at this anymore. We're good. Project details: using information gathered from decades of statistical analysis and interpretation of raw data from CERN, a prototype model Sennheiser counter will be constructed. Creation of a small 0. I forgot what that means. Unbounded vacuum non-dimension via use of SCP is possible, which will be retrofitted into a small chassis with use of long Scranton spatial stabilizer. And here we have another footnote. Non-dimensional or created frequently doing artificial wormhole generation possess a Kismet probability of 0, making them ideal for control conditions. And there's so... Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna read this. Nothing like... Yeah, no. We're not gonna read that part. Okay, let's go back up. The device will be equipped with 256 microsensitive D-meson detecting units to be affixed in a circle around the vacuum inside of the device for real-time analysis. Extensive testing of the device will take place through use of testing of the device will take place through use of SCP-536. Once a control has been established, testing with D-class personnel will commence to determine the degree in which the results fluctuate due to changes in reality. Potential risks/deviations factors: presumed incapable of measuring effects on charm quarks/antiquarks and similar to scalability issues, may lead to inaccurate readings, but no evidence supports this at the present time. SCP-536 is potentially hazardous if misused. Mitigating factors will be deployed. Misuse of false vacuum generating creates potential risks of false vacuum decay. Outcome and likelihood unknown. Presumed low. Possible consequences include immediate gravitational collapse of the entire universe, complete alteration or cessation of all fundamental forces, spontaneous destruction of all baryonic matter, unforeseen changes to the flow of time, reconfiguration of complex structures, and/or an extremely loud noise that may potentially cause hearing damage to those in immediate vicinity. Whew. Addendum 2. Project Kismet Overview. On the first functioning counts and highest Kismet probability counter was completed. Testing with Hume variation revealed little to no change from baseline, suggesting SB1822 is intrinsic to the universe and not modifiable to any degree of certainty. While studying SB2700, Dr. Alexander reportedly brought the device into SB2400. When checking diagnostics, it was revealed that SB1822 had a value of 50-50 within the confines of the alternate dimension. Upon acquisition of this knowledge, Dr. Alexander applied for council approval to personally explore and record the SB1822 value of other anomalous location. The request was denied. However, the O5 Council approved construction and field use of further containerized counters. Project Kismet was established on the direct supervision of the Council in an attempt to catalog the SB1822 value of alternate realities. Despite the limited access of field use in alternate dimensions, the original prototype is currently one of 3 such devices in existence, and the only one of the 3 has been successfully calibrated from our Kismet probability. Another addendum: Kismet testing logs, access -69/AX-1-8. Okay. Dimension, Earth dimension 1, Kismet probability. Okay, so we have 80-20 used as a control for the experiment. SB2400, 50-50. SB2400 appears to be neutral. Further testing is to be done to confirm the integrity of contained side within. To confirm the integrity of contained side within. Oh god, Site 64T underwent rigorous stability testing and was confirmed to be in optimal condition. That month, however, a catastrophic breach caused by SB3330 was reported, resulting in the loss of 99% of Site 64T staff. Class C personnel and senior researcher James A. Harkness was promoted to interim project lead, bringing one of the only surviving on-site personnel left with intimate knowledge of the anomaly. Is this an SCP we already read, or is this an SCP that will come up? What is this? This is different. Okay. I don't think we have to read this either. SCP-2317-Prime 19.280 9.2 to 80.8. First recorded reality where the probability does not fall in favor of life. So you have higher bad luck than good luck. Okay. Unluck. SCP-2759-E 34 to 66. Research into how exactly SB1822 relates to causality is underway, although it appears to be pretty straightforward. If the Kismet chance is low, suffering is high. At least we probably now know why some interdimensional crossroads tend to devour mobile task forces. Oh, hey. Hold on. Devour mobile task forces? Some cross... That one... Let me... Because that one's actually one that I can easily check on. I don't think it's out yet on my channel. 30... Yeah. Gotcha. Data corrupt 90.5 to 9.5. Data corrupt. SCP-3315-1 data corrupt. Error out of bounds at line 550. Incident log 1 on. During routine control testing using SCP-536, junior researcher Edward Wilson reportedly dropped the device, fracturing the casing, isolating the false vacuum inside. No effects were observed, and the object was placed inside SCP-536 for continued testing. Ruling out potential K-class event via false vacuum decay as as a likely hazard aside from the possibility that we are currently in a new iteration of the universe that's started at the moment the device was dropped, or are experiencing a time-dilated collective hallucination in the last moments of existence. Over the next 48 hours, there were 7 containment breaches, 35 reports of personnel involved in workplace accidents, and an unknown number of equipment failures, memory errors, and database backups corruptions, the full consequence of which is currently unclear. God, there's a bunch of SCPs being connected to this one. Upon checking the device, SCP-1822's value revealed itself to be 54.5, 45.5. The accuracy of this value cannot be confirmed at present time due to data loss. Attempts to modify this value with the original device has failed. Attempts to replace the false vacuum within the prototype Kismet counter have failed. Analysis suggests that it dissipated while inside SCP-536. Attempts to replicate results of initial calibration tests of SCP-536 have failed. Attempts to recover lost portions of the statistical analysis data from control testing necessary to calibrate the 2 remaining Kismet counters to our original conditions have failed. Attempts to return the particles accelerator at CERN to a configuration that would produce accurate data have failed. All experimentation involving SCP-1822 has been suspended by the O5 Council until further notice. Ooh, that was a lengthy one. But I do like the idea of like a world where you can tell the luck is a solid case, which the fact that if you're in the 20%, you will have then the chance of you living a good life is in the SCP Foundation world, in the SCP world, is pretty good. Of course, it can also just backfire, as he said, what was it? 20% of people in America own 80% of the wealth. That is pretty shitty. To the other way around. But it is nice for the Foundation to think oh, maybe there is a little bit of luck. So the fact that the entirety of humanity didn't get wiped out is because we do have this SCP keeping everything in check. It's kind of keeping people. There's the fact that it eases the Foundation's worries, because the chance that people will get fully eradicated by one SCP, or by a couple of SCPs, or by all SCPs is 0, because they actually have a 20% chance that I may be fibbing the math a little bit, but if they get attacked, there's the chances that they won't all die is pretty high.